Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are back on Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, I had a few problems with the car pass just now. It was saying that it's unreleased still, even though it should have been out for at least 3 hours now. But unfortunately for some reason it didn't let me collect the cars. It just said it would be available on the 31st of the 1st, 2019, even though that's actually today. I don't know what was going on there. I had to just keep restarting the console and jumping into the game. I did it about 3 or 4 times, and eventually it's loaded itself back up again by the looks of things. Yeah, so there we go. We can view it now, so that's good. Right, so this week, today's video will be about the car pass cars, as I was talking about. It'll be the Forzathon shop and the seasonal reward of the week. Just before we start, though, I'd just like to say my apologies about Tuesday. I didn't do a video on the new vehicle that's been released in GTA Online. The reason for that is the fact that that thing costs $1.5 million for a remote control car. So the RC Bandito costs $1.5 million for what? I thought it's not economically viable for me to actually be able to spend 1.5 million on an RC car. I know I don't play online anymore on that game, so at the moment the money I've got is what I've got, and if I end up keep wasting it and things like that, I'm gonna end up not being able to review any cars at all, or I'm gonna have to go online with the maniacs. So yeah, I just have to preserve my money as much as possible, and if there's something stupid like that turns up, I just have to refuse and won't be able to buy it. So unfortunately, I'm sorry about that. So let's move on to Forza Horizon 4. So today in this car pass we have received the 1966 Hillman Imp and the 1963 Opel Kadett A. Let's take a look at the Imp first of all. It's a very retro classic, well not even retro classic, more but very old classic, old school cars we've received this week. Manufacturer colours appear to be broken. That's not good. Let's go to the Kadett, have a look what's going on there. That's pretty weird. I only choose the manufacturer colours. I'm sure there must be more than one colour. We've been having problems with the, as I mentioned earlier, with the car pass itself. So I wonder if there's been having... Yeah, we've got problems with the... whoa. Okay, right, we're in business. We've got colours again. I don't know what's going on here. I think what I'm imagining is the fact that online servers has come up for me. I don't know whether Xbox are providing like a free, like Xbox Gold for a month or a week or something. Like they have done that in the past. Because I bought Gold, what, a month ago, and it ran out 2 days ago. And suddenly my online's come back, so I thought, oh, I'll make the most out of that then. I'll go on and do some Forzathon Lives, which we're going to miss this one, but I don't really care. So I've gone online, and I think that's what's causing the issues here with, well, it's causing the issues with the colours anyway. We seem to have glitches going on like crazy. So I guess we just got to sit here for a moment and wait it out. Okay, I thought it might have fixed itself, but obviously you have to wait a minute. Okay, it's not too bad. We don't have to wait too long. Got some nice colour schemes for this. It's the first Hillman of the game, and I think we're going to have it in that blue. Looks cool in that blue. Yeah, it's the first Hillman, which is quite a surprise. And I've got to admit, though, there's a lot of cars in this car pass none of us asked for, really. Well, I definitely didn't ask for a lot of these cars. The Koenigsegg was definitely a very good one. But apart from that, there's not really any there that have really sort of blown my mind. There's a few, actually, there's in defence there are quite a few good ones, like the couple of Porsches we got the other week, and the 1920s Mercedes, that was pretty good. Others are sort of felt either repetitive or just cars like this, which I just don't think they're ever going to get used. I'm going to have to leave the online server at this rate, because this is really breaking my game. I don't like it. I'm glad I prefer story mode, because this is ridiculous. Ah, so the Imp is rear-engined. That's something I didn't know. I haven't actually got much knowledge on these really old-school vehicles, especially the ones in the sort of from the 60s below. I'm not really sort of knowledgeable on those sort of cars. I quite like the old retro classic stuff, like 1990s to 2010, that sort of era. But I still appreciate these lovely old cars like this. Let's take a look at the interior. So we've got this black interior, which is rather bland and dull, but then that was what it was like back then. A car was literally just a machine to get from A to B and nothing else. Looks good in there. I'm not sure what engine it's got. I can imagine it's got a 4-cylinder. They normally did back in those days. Let's have a look, see if we can see the injectors. So I think I can see 4 injectors there. So I think it's a straight 4, as suspected. In the front here, we've got a big boot, actually, surprisingly. So yeah, it's either a bonnet or a boot, whichever one you call it, because the engine's at the back. It's hard to say which one's which. It's quite big. Normally in these sort of old classic cars, it has fuel tanks at the front, but this one does not. Right, let's take a look at the customization. We go to garage, if it wasn't lagging. Upgrades and tunings. And then we go to fine tunes. Not tunes, not fine tunes. Custom tunes, that's the one. Moron. Oh my god, I'm kind of out of it, because this car pass has put me off. It's all been a bit glitchy, it's putting me off. Right, so what have we got? Oh, that's awesome. We've got some fog lights. That's pretty cool, I like that. And then we've got this little, we've got again a bumper scoop thing at the bottom, and then bumper removal. Now, fog lights are pretty cool, I like them. At the back here, oh, we've got a vented boot. Or bonnet, whichever one. Boot, bonnet, whatever. One of them. And the little Forza spoiler as usual. That's quite a surprise. There's a lot more customization than I thought there would be. There's bumper removal here again, and then we've got side skirts, we've got mud flaps. Oh, that's brilliant. We can make a rally car out of this. And then here we've got a custom bonnety grille and a police car. That's awesome, man. Oh, that's brilliant. I might have to buy one of these again, just have a police one and a normal one, because that's brilliant. Old 1960s police car. That's absolutely brilliant. This has actually got to be the best car we've had so far for customization. It must be. That's brilliant. I like that. So it's got good colours. It's got some awesome customization. That's wonderful. It'd be quite cool if we could do... Well, actually, you can do the same thing with the Jag Mark 2. But originally, really, they used S-type Jags for police cars. They did use Mark 2s as well, but obviously, before the Mark 2 was really that popular, and when they had the S-type, they did actually use the S-type. If you didn't know, they did make the S-type back in the 1960s, and before they made the second generation in 1998, I think it was, they released the first one. So, yeah, they used to use them. It's also we can have a police car, one of these, though. I might have to get another one later on and turn it into a police car. I'm sure someone's made a police delivery for this already. Let's jump into first person. There appears to be no rev counter, so we're going to have to guess the engine. And the transmission changes. So there's the rev limiter. So yeah, it's not very fast as expected. It sounds good though. It sounds very period actually. It's quite good. Now I know I did make a video 2 days ago. I may have released only a day ago because it took so long to upload. Complaining about 5 different things in this game, which one of them, which I took about half an hour to discuss, was the car sounds. Unfortunately, yeah, the car sounds are really bad in this game. I've just bought myself a Zonda Cinque, and yeah, it sounds good if it was only driving about 3,000 RPM, but then it just goes into the wrong tone completely. In between 3,400 RPM, it sounds brilliant. It's like, oh my god, that sounds amazing. And you put your foot down, and it makes this horrible weird noise. It would be more suitable for the Wyra rather than the Zonda, to be honest. It was a bit disappointing. But we're not talking about that today. I've already gibbered on about that about half an hour's worth. And we are lagging really badly, you know what? Screw this. Screw this. Let's go off and leave online. Yes, I never liked online anyway. That does make me suspect, though, that maybe the seasonal reward's going to be an online thing, which I really hope not, because I really don't like online stuff. As you probably gathered by now. You know, I'm going to handbrake turn this thing and go around to the other house, because this is quite a slow vehicle. It's not exactly fast in any way, shape or form. So I think I'll just go between that one house to the other, like I did with the VW bus and the MG midget that came out a couple of weeks ago. Just because if I did it again, it would take forever just to get from one place to the other. Yeah, then you'd be watching me drive around this thing in slow motion near enough. I'm definitely not complaining about these old retro cars we're getting. I keep calling it retro. It's not even retro. I can't even classify it as retro. It's old school 60s cars, which are awesome. I can't complain about these at all. The only thing is, I can see them not being driven a lot. They're going to be cool now, like, oh, well, guys, got a police customization on it. We can drive around for a couple of hours, and then that'll be it. Because people won't come back to it, because it doesn't sound amazing. It's not mind-blowing with the sound. And also, it's not mind-blowingly fast either. So, I don't know, I can't see people using these very often. But, I like it. I think it's cool. Again, I'm going to be guilty of the person who's not going to drive it very often, but I still enjoy it. Whoa, we're lagging again. I much prefer story mode. The story mode runs so much smoother, and I like it that way. I'm so glad I prefer story modes, because playing online is just havoc. Anyway, let's go and check out the next car pass vehicle, which is the Auto Show car pass, the Opel Kadett A, which I think is Hammond's car from Top Gear. He had one of these in the Africa special, if I remember. He named it Oliver. I think it's one of these. I'm not quite sure. Not entirely sure. We've got to remove those white walls. They are disgusting. We've got this brown, we've got this beige, we've got green, we've got a blue, and we've got a white. You know, I'm going to keep it in red. Very period colours then. Quite beigey and quite light. Back then, because people after the war only really had olive green, because that's all the paint they sort of had left. So so the colours were quite vivid back then, because of course everyone was appreciating colours, because of course they were just used to seeing olive green all the time, because that's all that was left after building all aircraft and tanks and things. Right, let's go over to the customization part of things. Let's check that out first, then we'll go to the Forza Vista. So there we go. Right, so we've got bumpers, so we've got a Forza thingy there, and we've got bumper removal. Spoiler, we've got a Forza thingy, as I suspected. And back, we've got bumper removal, again, as suspected. But I am definitely 100% getting rid of those white walls. They are disgusting. Haha. That is so much better. See, I do like to keep my cars as close as they are given to us by a turn 10. So that's why I use the manufacturer colours, I use this, I use that. But I do like to mess about with some of the customizations at times. Especially with the VWs, I think some of them I've changed the bumpers on, because you can put them to UK spec, which just looks a lot better than the US spec. And there's also other cars as well, they've got white wall tyres, which are disgusting. There's a lot of cars that white wall suit, like the Mercury Coupe and things like that. But an Opel Kadett, a Jaguar XK120, white walls? Nah, not my cup of tea. Certainly not. So look how much more pleasant to the eyes this looks like without those white walls. And let's just take a look at the engine bay first of all. Have a look at this huge lump we've got in there. It looks teeny. It looks like a 1.5 litre or something like that. Minuscule little thing. I'm not quite sure the cylinders. It looks like another 4-cylinder, because I can see 4 red injectors there. And spark plugs, so that's what it looks like in that case. Go to the boot. Oh, again, another gigantic boot. I'm not sure what that box is meant to be. That can't be the fuel tank. Nah, because there's no pumps or anything, so that looks like some kind of storage chest of some kind. The steering wheel's on this side of the car today. And you jump in here. Close it all up. Close up, there we go. And yeah, again, it looks very similar to the Imp inside the interior, but as I said earlier when I was looking at it, it was very period to that time. The cars were just literally to get to where to be. They weren't anything meant to be special. They were just like yeah, Ford Fiesta or anything like that to these days. They're just cars to get to where to be. They're not like supercars. They're not meant to be amazing. They're meant to be just a car to get to where to be for people who don't really care too much about cars, who aren't fanatics like me. So yeah, look at that. Looks quite nice in here. It's a better interior than the Imp, I think. There's more detail to it. It's got like the clock over there. You've got the chrome radio. You've got the gear stick over there that's at a slant. A few little details like that. And also the dashboard's red, the same colour as the car itself, which I think is quite a cool touch. Which I'm not... No, because the Imp was just completely and utterly black in there. It's quite dark. So customization-wise, definitely not as good as the Imp. The Imp's definitely one of the best cars we've had for customization. Sticking all those police liveries, police parts on it and everything. Brilliant. I'm not quite sure if this is Oliver or not from Hammond's Top Gear. Or Hammond's Opel from Top Gear. Looks slightly bigger to how I remember. Wow, that's a pretty wild dial for a 60s car. No rev counter again, which is kind of expected. For the 1960s, that is a pretty wild dashboard. I like that. Whether that's original or not, I'm not quite sure whether that's just a glitch, but it can't be a glitch. It's going red and orange and green, which if Forza wasn't intending for that to happen, then it's pretty good for something that's not supposed to happen. Again, as I mentioned earlier, my knowledge of these older cars isn't very good, even though I really like these old things, but I should really pay more attention to what they look like in real life and everything. But then again, as I said, I'm a bit more of a retro guy. If you ask me a question about Jaguar S-Type R, I would have known straight away, but if you ask me a question about this, I pretty much wouldn't know. Pretty cool little thing. It does sound a tad too meaty, I think. It sounds straight piped again. It sounds alright though. It's quite a pleasant car. Again, it looks a lot better without those white walls. It does. I just really don't like white walls. Some people, for some reason, really like white walls. I was watching an American program on the TV the other day, and well, not the other day, it was quite a while back now, if you think about it. And they had a Jaguar E-Type. And it's like, oh my god, a Jaguar E-Type. And he put white walls on it. Put white walls on an E-Type. Why? It's a British car. I shouldn't have white walls. It just ruined the lines. But there we go. There are the two car parts of the day. Again, I won't do like a lap test or anything like that, because there's no point, because these cars aren't built for speed. They're built for the admiring and appreciating and take a look at the history and all that sort of thing, which is awesome. And also, you can make like a police car from the 60s and that sort of thing with the Imp, and that's awesome. I really like that. It'd be great if we get the other Opel back, the Cadet GTE, I think it is, that we used to have in Horizon 3. That'd be good if they bring that back, because it kind of feels like we keep losing cars for no reason from Horizon 3. It's quite irritating. But they are bringing some back with the 280 SL from last week, so that's really cool. Right, speaking of seasonal rewards and that sort of thing, let's take a look what we've got in the Forzathon shop. Aha! Righty. A 2006 Hummer Alpha H1, so Hummer H1 Alpha. This is another wheel spin only vehicle. If I was you, I would buy that immediately, because the wheel spin only cars are not easy to get. Definitely not easy to get. Unless you're very lucky, of course. So if you have got enough Forzathon points, I would buy that if I was you. Especially because I've been given Xbox Gold. I'm not sure whether I've been given it or it was a glitch or something. If you have been given it, do some Forzathon lives, and you only need to do about 10 of them if you have that VIP pass house at the top of the country. Then you'll be able to get that quite easily. So I would if I was you, because that's a rare thing. So that is the Forzathon shop vehicle. Let's go to the Forzathon. It's back. No, it's welcome back page. That's the one. So many sub-menus and sub-menus this. So this week we can win the Maserati Levante S. So it's a seasonal snow bowlers. So a single make championship for the 2012 Bowler XRS, EXRS. Win here, you can drive home in the comfort of the luxury of the 2017 Maserati Levante S. Of course, it's all the clothes and the items, all that sort of thing. So, let's have a look, see what race you need for that. So you need the bowler by the looks of things. So if we go here, we can choose the bowler, which is Hill. Where is it? Bowler, there it is. It's called Snowboard, I think the championship was. So let's just fast travel up to there, and then we can look and see how to win it. Because I don't want them having an online and exclusive vehicle again, because that would drive me completely utterly insane. But hopefully they've learned their lesson from that, and they've realised that it was a bad idea. Because a lot of people were complaining about it being hard and too stupid. Right, so there are the seasonal events of this week. We've got the Mighty Blue, Mighty But Nice, sorry. Mighty Blue, don't know where that come from. Snow Bowlers, that's the one. That's that one. And then Winter Community Championship, and then we've got Hurrah. So obviously it's this one here, so we just fast travel over to there. I can't believe I found all the fast travel boards that are on my map, and I still got $2,600 of credits to pay when I fast travel. Got to find some more wherever they are. So of course you need the bowler for this, by the looks of things. It's called Snow Bowlers for a start. Enter championship. There we go, Maserati Levante. So, place first to win the Maserati Levante against expert driver tiles. So expert driver tiles aren't too difficult, to be honest. They're not bad.
There's a lot of people coming to watch this winter seasonal, you know. Go and give them a show.
Yeah, so you're only limited to the bowler. I don't think you can use anything else, but I think it said that in the description anyway. Oh no, copyrighted music. Ah, shizer. Hang on, if I just mute the gameplay a second. I can't. I don't know how to do it on the capture card. Whoops. Yeah. Copyrighted music alert. I forgot to put it on streamer mode. That's one thing that drives me completely insane. Oh well, and one of many things that drive me completely insane about this game. Down here is a little thing called streamer mode. Thank you to one of my viewers, it must have been about 3 months ago, told me about this feature. Flick it over to streamer mode. Copyrighted music, gone. Good, because there's a lot of music in this game that are just so horrible and so repetitive. But then again, the type of music I like, most people don't like, so... So here we go, here is the seasonal championship. You just got to win against expert driver tiles. I can't remember what the driver tiles are set on. I think they're set on unbeatable by accident. But you get the gist. Expert driver tiles, make sure you do that. Don't be a moron and forget to do that, because otherwise... Whoa, we've got to go up this way. Bit of an improvised race, this one. Well, there we go. I'm going to pause it there now. So all you got to do is complete this race. It's story mode based. Thank you, Turn 10 again. I want to thank you for that. I don't want any online crap. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this video today. Hopefully you found it helpful, a little bit entertaining, and just informative, really. Bit of a blast. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in another video. Bye.